4 months after the failed Operation Lüttich, the German army faced a critical juncture. The Allied forces had successfully pushed the Germans out of their occupied territories in France and Belgium. In response, German generals devised a new plan, Operation Wacht am Rhein, later referred to as the Battle of the Bulge. This operation, which started on December 16, 1944, aimed to achieve two crucial objectives. Firstly, to regain control of the strategic port of Antwerp, effectively cutting off the Allied supply lines. Secondly, create a bulge in the already stretched Allied front lines, thereby weakening their overall position. The success of this offensive could pave the way for German negotiators to seek a peace agreement with the Allies and end the war. The Ardennes region, characterized by dense forests and hilly terrain, presented a formidable obstacle for military operations. However, seizing this opportunity for the second time, the Germans embarked on this daring endeavor. Despite facing freezing temperatures, limited visibility, scarce supplies, and low morale, German soldiers carried out a surprise assault. Operation Wacht am Rhein stood as a decisive moment that would ultimately determine the fate of Germany.
Oh, it is time. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have it finally, and it is not this, it is this one. The Tiger tank has finally been unlocked, and look at this awesome behemoth. Oh my goodness, I am so excited to play this. Look at it. Yes. Move over, pansy little Kampfwagen 4. Oh, look at even the little detail on this. Oh, the helmets on the turret moving as you rotate the turret or going over bumps. Even yeah, look at that. Even the camouflage, the wrap around the barrel of the tank. Oh my goodness, that's moving with it. So, right off the bat, I gotta say the detail is phenomenal. I am excited to use this thing. This thing better one-shot every single tank it comes on, because that is what it was notorious for. Just an absolute behemoth. I mean, notorious especially when it came to like T-34s and Shermans. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we have our first objective here. Eliminate the east outpost with a secondary objective of sabotaging the enemy communications. I mean, enemy communications is right there. What? Much closer. We might as well go handle the secondary achievement. I'm not really big on the secondary achievements. It doesn't seem like we really get much for doing it. It's more of just a you can if you want, but there's no real like, hey, if you do this, we'll give you more experience or more whatever. I don't know what the plan is in the future in terms of like purchasing or upgrading tanks, how that works, but it doesn't seem like we get anything right now through secondary objectives, which is why I kind of haven't really been focusing on them. Yes, the tree gets dragged by the mighty Tiger tank. They could change that, make it burst open or turn into multiple logs. Take care of some of these infantry, though. That MG on the top of the turret, that's what I should be using for my machine gun, honestly. Look at that thing. We'll go up here. A couple tank stops. I wonder if they really stop tanks. We're going to test it right now. Right up on over here, and... oh, they do, okay. They do their job. I wasn't sure if it was just, you know, a little prop in the game. Scary, and you could just barrel through it. Can we move vehicles? Ah, we can. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Oh, but never mind. Looks like they're going to handle the secondary objective. Alright, so we handled the secondary objective. There were 3 of those that we had to do. Now we're going to go finally to number 2 point over here. Oh, hello. This is it. The first time we get to knock out a Sherman with our gun. What? That didn't knock out the... that's impossible. Oh, come on. That should have just absolutely... both of those should have just decimated that Sherman. Alright, number 3. Turret ring. What's going on here? This is a Tiger tank we're talking about. These Shermans stand no chance, and we are struggling just to knock them out. What are we, 4 rounds in so far? Right through the center? Okay. Let's see. This is a little... there we go. Okay. a little ridiculous there. Where is another one right here? Yep. Apparently no damage, no hit. Right through the gunner port, no damage. Again, only a crewmate. What is this? Is it, huh? Wow. Well, I gotta be honest right now. This kinda brought me down. We are trying to, look at this. I gotta say, my expectation of the Tiger tank, wow. I mean, historically, this was the tank, right? I mean, the only weakness of the Tiger II was its speed, especially in its turret rotation and rotation of the main tank in general. So a Sherman coming up against a Tiger tank would stand zero chance. I mean, one shot and it would turn into a frickin' cinderbox. They'd have to work in teams to try and flank them. T-34s were notorious for trying to flank Panthers and Tiger tanks, trying to get behind German tanks and hitting them in the engine compartments. But just right up the center here, there's no way. But I think I'm starting to understand how the difficulty levels work in this game so far, as it stands right now. I'm pretty sure it's depending on the difficulty that you choose. Come on, come on. No way. This Sherman tank just knocked these guys out. Try and get another shot off on the Sherman. That should, right there, that should have been done. Crew member decimated, and that tank is out of action. Especially right there. Done. No damage though. This isn't taking any damage. Or at least, I don't know where that round went. That round just disappeared. Alright, we'll angle it a little bit and try and get another turret broken. Yeah, this is kind of taking the fun away from it. This is a little ridiculous. There we go. I think I am understanding what's going on here. So the difficulty doesn't change the skill level of the actual AI of the tanks. It feels like HP. So I'm assuming, I mean, it looks like they do, like right there, he's adjusting, getting a little bit of an angle going. I don't know where these rounds are going. Gets a little bit of an angle and sets up and then starts blasting. And then we did no damage. I feel like we're dealing with HP. So we are on, this is a hard level, or hard difficulty level. And it feels like all I have to do, I am riddling him down for HP. And if that's the case, I don't know. I'm not gonna say I don't like the game. I still like the game. Still fun. I mean, but look at this. This Sherman is just absolutely destroying us. If you think about it, just destroyed our gun. The elevation ring turret on the actual turret itself, done. I don't know. It's just if it is what it is, like we're dealing with just HP and trying to whittle down tanks, that's not what I'm going for. I want tank battles. I want strategy having to be involved. I want to see these guys start to flank, because the damage that this gun does is so severe. But this, it just seems like the Tiger tank is, I mean, it's laughable at this point. So there we go. If I used the best round that we had, I'm assuming that was just a one shot because there was no other real damage, but I don't know. Alright, we're gonna try and use the Panzerkampfwagen 4. We have another objective that we have to take on the left side of the map here. AI is taking control of the Tiger tank, so it's on its way over. So we can just get here a little quicker by using this. I don't know. There was a comment on the last video that I brought out regarding, like, yes, hey, you understand that there are different types of rounds. And yes, we have our standard round, our HE, and then the two high penetration, high damage rounds. You get 5 of the best of the round. But you should have to use that. I don't know. If anyone played World of Tanks, when World of Tanks first came out, one of the best tank games going, in my opinion. before it turned into the mess that it is now. But you used to have to rely on your armor values and your gun penetration, and you had your standard rounds and your HE rounds. And then, if you wanted, say you were a tier 5 going up against a tier 7 tank, in order to penetrate that tier 7 tank, you had to either flank it to have any kind of a chance if you were a tier 5, or you had to buy the gold rounds, which you had to spend real money to actually buy gold. Now you can just buy them with standard currency. That's really what brought the game down. That and autoloaders, right? But so you used to have to actually use skill to get up there, and that was the fun of it. You used to see a I don't know, a tiger or a low coming around the corner, and you actually feared, like, oh my gosh, this guy's gonna absolutely decimate if we don't move. And it forced you to move and do something. But that's, I don't know, this one just seems like there's no real skill involved. I can just switch to my best rounds and knock out a Sherman. But that's not the point. I should be able to use my standard rounds here and knock out these guys. But it looks like on this level, half the rounds aren't even registering. This guy's giving me a side. That should have been done. That should have been a 1 and over right there. But we are just getting another here. Oh, he's giving me a side again, but the gun is... Oh, I'm out of action. I gotta switch. Gotta switch over to the Tiger tank, try and angle a little bit so we can have some sort of a chance here. Come on, Mighty Tiger, come and save the day. Coming around the corner. There we go. And that should have been a kill. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how I feel about this. We'll try and work through this. But I don't know. They have to do something different. What is going to set this game apart? And it's not going back and forth with tanks and just whittling down HE. That's not going to do it. So having fun. The maps are fun. The graphics are great. The concept is there. But in some of the updates, they just got to change a lot of stuff. There we go. Working through that now. Try and get into the middle of the city here and capture this objective. Should be pretty quick. We've been going through the city, clearing out little... Hello. I'm telling you, a lot of these rounds aren't registering. We had, what, 38, 39 rounds when we came into the city, and we are down to 3 standard and 2 of, I keep forgetting what these rounds are called, but 2 of these. That's how many we've had to use just to whittle down tanks. They give us our side, or they give us the rear, or the front. We've just been dealing with more of like having to whittle down their HP. So we've used a lot of the ammo. This is not a good spot. We need to get the hell out of... Oh, hello. Look at these guys right in front of us. Cheeky. Didn't even see them. Yeah, right through the turret ring. Nothing. Alright, we need to back up. Come up with a new strategy plan. Try and flank this from the other side. We'll go through all the walls and everything right here. So what do you guys think of this so far? Comment down below. What do you think of what I've been going through with going up against these Shermans? I know we could sit there and say, well, you could go around them or you could flank them, but it's a Tiger tank. You shouldn't have to do that because this isn't known for its agility. We should be able to just knock it out in one. But what's your thoughts? Comment down below. What do you think? I think this is kind of an eye-opener right here for me in terms of whether or not I will continue playing the game. Not indefinitely, but until some major changes come through updates. What would you like to see? Do you feel like it's also HE based, or HP based, excuse me, that's what we're dealing with? Tanks have, say, 1,000 HP and we're just whittling them down with all these rounds? Or do you think we're actually doing significant damage? Or how do you think the actual damage works? Here we go. That did no damage, and that was standard round. Okay. How am I not getting any armor pen on this? It's a Sherman, for God's sakes. Come on. We're at what, 5 rounds now? And one more round, here we go. This one should absolutely decimate it. Look at that, that's, I don't know. It takes the fun out. It's a good eye-opener though, it's good. I hope the devs get to see this video and can kind of go off this, because this has been an eye-opener. I'll give it that one. That one was a ricochet, definitely, for that HE, but I want to see now, do we have ramming damage? Alright, no ramming damage. It was a valiant effort. Go back up and see if we can have HE. I don't even think, the gun doesn't even look like it's shooting. It's just the sound effects. Yeah, it's just the sound effects, not even... This level seems a little bugged. Come on, this thing is on fire. There we go, alright. So, yeah, based off that alone, it's definitely HP. Just like we have HP on the bottom, we're dealing with HP on them. And I think all that happens is when we change the difficulty level, is the enemy gets more and more and more HP. Which is not... that's not a fun concept. Alright, come on then. Let's rock and roll. We'll see what we can do here. We've got the last little bit, the one last area that we have to capture. We have got brand new ammo, and we have allies to our south that are going to start working their way in. I've seen what everyone is saying about the AI tanks. They haven't been doing the grist. They definitely just kind of charge into battle, if you will, and hope for the best. There we go. At least the armor for the Tiger tank has been working. I will say that. Looks like there's actually stuff up in the hills as well, right up there. Yeah, little gun emplacements as soon as we can handle this tank. I'll try and knock those guys down too. Alright, come on. How much HP have you got left? This has to be like the last one. Nope, at least we turned the turret ring down. It's on fire. There we go. Last little bit. Alright, now we need to focus on the hillside here. Oh wow, that actually withstood that round. That is crazy. There we go. Go through the rest of the hillside here. Figure out what else we can change. Huzzah! Come on, there we go. Got a lot of little tanks on the sides too, that's funny. Alright, so we got, it's basically a little duck shoot here. Something's going on over here, hitting me. I don't know exactly what it is. Something over here, but it's not doing any damage. It's all ricochets, I think. Alright, so this is like a little Stuart, or Cromwell, a little Stuart. This thing should be, that should have been one shot. Definitely. That's laughable. Come on! There we go. Yes, give me your side. No damage? Engine compartment? Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. How are we doing on ammo? 42, 20. We're there. We're getting there. We can actually finally start moving in. I think we've pretty much cleared most of the hilltop here. We were getting hit from the left, though. One Tiger tank right there. Looks like everything else has been actually destroyed. Perfect. Looks like we're going to be dealing a lot of that. I'm not going to go through the entire town trying to knock out infantry, though. I'm just look for the main gun emplacements, knock those out, and you know, go from there. Oh, hello. That's what was hitting us on the left right there. Give me another shot, buddy. Where are you coming from? There you are. Huzzah! Oh, you know what I just remembered? I did say when I played the Tiger Tank, I was going to turn off basically a lot of the HUD and the overhead markers. That was my fault. I failed on that. Alright, sweet. Let's go ahead and push in. Oh, Tiger tank traps right here. Good on you, allies. Alright, moving in. Not gonna go anything crazy. I wonder, I mean, everything's pretty much... Yeah, it's just stay right there. We have talked about how that should be changed. Infantry should be running around all over, not just sitting around like that waiting to be shot and killed. But actually, we should see them running amongst the buildings in the town since they have the ability to do so, trying to flank you, hit you with rockets, throw grenades at you, whatever it is, you know, sticky grenades. They should be doing that instead of just standing there. Again, all this, I'm sure, on the way through updates throughout the year and next year. We got like one more thing here, and then we can start working our way up. Oh no, we've already captured it, actually. Capture the hilltop. There we go. Perfect. I can and do that. Oh my goodness, this is going to be... There we go. Nice. This is going to be terribly slow going up this hill in a Tiger, but we can do it. And it looks like we've actually already destroyed a lot of the stuff that was on this hilltop. We just have to do some cleanup work on some of the stuff that we couldn't see, so that worked out beautifully. Pretty sure I just took a rocket round to the rear. Yep, there it is. That is exactly why we are not going to be going through the town. That actually messed us up pretty good. Come on, mighty Tiger. I believe. Let's get up this hill. Couple more things to hit. I don't see anything on the left, so I think it's just this one more gun emplacement that's around here. Maybe a tank hidden in the back part of this, but we're gonna see right now. Can't really actually see this gun or emplacement, excuse me. He's covered by all this snow, so let's move up. It looks pretty much done here. Yes. Today you meet your end. Alright. Capture the hilltop. There we go. Regroup at the hilltop. Yep. Regroup and start to do everything so good. There we go. Mission complete. Wow. Well, I gotta be honest, that was an eye-opener. They gotta do a lot of work, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you guys have, comment down below. Let's get a conversation going. What do you think needs to be changed after watching this episode? Likewise, smash the likes up button so we can get this out to so many more so they can see it. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you can see everything as it comes out. Until the next video, I hope you all have an incredible day. Take it easy, okay?